The US government has exceeded its spending limits. This means the US government no longer has money left over to pay its bills and pay its debts. On Monday, US Treasury Secretary Janet L. Yellen wrote to the Speaker that if the borrowing limit is not increased, the government will run out of money to run the country by June 1st. The government will become cashless. In America, the date of becoming cashless is called the X date, i.e., the date of fear. The reason for this is that if the government does not have money, the economic activities in the entire country will come to a standstill. In such a situation, if the country defaults, it will have disastrous consequences. Government employees will not get a salary, and ongoing work under different schemes will stop. However, there is a limit on government debt in the United States. They cannot borrow more than that to run the country. This limit has been increased several times over the years to prevent the government from becoming cashless. The US has set a borrowing target of $726 billion this quarter. This is $449 billion higher than the estimate presented in January. According to the New York Times report, America's budget deficit is very high. It means that the expenditure of the government is much higher than its earnings. Due to this, he has to take a loan for his work. According to the U.S. Treasury Department, in March 2023, the budget deficit of the government there reached 30 lakh crore rupees. According to Research Center PEW, in 2022, U.S. GDP was 121% in debt. From this, it can be understood the extent to which the government is dependent on debt for its expenditure. In April, the Republican Party passed a bill that proposed raising the debt ceiling if Biden agreed to cut 14% in his health, climate change, and social programs. However, Biden is not ready to accept this proposal at all. Presidential elections are going to be held in America next year. In such a situation, this budget deficit controversy could hurt Biden's party. Republicans are constantly cornering Democrats on the economy. Generally, America is the most powerful and richest country in the world, but if we look at the debt figures, America has the highest debt compared to GDP. A BBC report mentions that last year America's GDP was $21.44 trillion, but America's debt was $27 trillion. If these loans are distributed among the total population of 32 crores of America, each person has a loan of about 17 lakh rupees, $23,500. There are many reasons for America's debt to increase from 2019 to 2021. First, developed countries incur debt to earn income by keeping money in the market, but due to rising unemployment, falling interest rates, etc., the debt to the government also increases. Inflation has increased in the US due to the reduction in interest rates. Instead of stopping the expenditure, the government repaid it by taking loans. Corporate tax was reduced from 35% to 21% in 2019. Also, America has spent a lot of money in the last decade to be called a world power. Currently, America has given millions of aid to Ukraine against Russia. At the same time, dealing with China has been costly for Taiwan.